Hi guys. Okay, we are recording and I am going to talk about organizational systems today. So the first one is going to be how to organize your PCs, which I know many of you are already doing, but if you're new, this might be helpful. So I got one of these little pencil boxes. You can get them at Target, anywhere. And then I got a little box like this that holds note cards. And on the note cards, I have one for every single PC that I have. And on it, I have their name, their address, their phone number, their email, the password that I'm using for their account, their credit card info, the order date, and their regimen. And then on the back, this is probably backwards, I write when I have sent a thank you to them. So what I use this for is to keep track of my PCs, and then twice a month I go through, because I manage my own PCs accounts. So I will go through and do go to my the report for PC replenishments, and I will put everybody that's on the list for the 1st through the 19th on a note card. I have a note card for each month, and I will show you what I've done. So the 1st through the 19th, they're on this side, and then the 20th and after, which is they're all on the 20th, is on the other side. And then about 2 weeks before the 1st, or before they're going to replenish, or maybe 7 days, I reach out to each of them via text and I say, hey, you have a replenishment coming up. Do you need any products? If there's any specials, I'll tell them about that. And then I write a check mark that I've contacted them. And then when they respond, I'll put, you know, what they need me to do. If it's push it back, I'll put push. Otherwise, I'll order their products. And then once I've actually gone in and ordered their products, if I'm managing them, then I will cross it off and it means it's done. So you can kind of see, I think, the little check marks and a crossing off and that. So that's kind of how I manage my preferred customers. I highly suggest that, you know, everybody has a different philosophy, but I know that the website is not that user-friendly, and my customers love it when all they need to do is just send me a text, or I reach out to them, and I just put in an order. It's so easy for me, and they love the customer service. And you want to treat your PCs with you know, a lot of care, so that they will feel comfortable in referring you, as maybe opposed to somebody else that's selling RF, to their friends and family. So it's great to be able to treat your PCs well. So if you have any questions on that, I can answer them, post them in the comments section below this video. And then the other thing I do is, you know, if I haven't had a chance to send a thank you, I send a handwritten thank you to everybody, and I send them other things. I'm going to go through that later on how to keep and get PCs. But I also keep a to-do list. So, you know, as I'm following up with people or reaching out to people and there's something I want to remember to do, I keep myself, I make a to-do list. And then I keep that in here with all my PC cards, and it just helps me to make sure I don't forget to do something, okay? So that is literally my PC organizational system. Also in that box, I keep reach out language. I kind of talked to you about like little reach out language that I do, and I have a couple new ones. Always reinventing myself. And so I'll print them out on a card or whatever and put them in there. This is my reach out system. Super, super simple. So I have tried out a number of them. I started out with an Excel spreadsheet, and I have a template. If you prefer to do that, it's totally fine. But I felt like I wasn't organized in my follow-ups. It was great for reach outs and that kind of thing, but I didn't feel like it worked for me for follow-ups. And so this system I like much, much better. Super simple. So I got a card file. I used the bigger cards, and I got these little stickers. These were just plain dividers, and I put every single month. The first thing I did was I put follow-ups for week 1 of this month, week 2, 3rd week, 4th week, and to be honest, I don't really use those. When I have follow-ups and I want to do them within that month, I just keep them like together. Things that people that I definitely want to reach out to again, I'll keep separately. And then I do months. So say I have somebody that I reach out to and it's a preferred customer or a possible preferred customer, and they say, oh, you know, I'm really interested in using up my products. I should be done in 2 months. Will you follow up with me then? If I don't write that down or put it in here, I'm going to forget. And I don't, you know, where am I going to put that note? At this point, literally, I just pulled all my cards out recently, actually, because I like to go through all of them every couple months. And these are the people I'm in some mode of follow-up, plus these. So hundreds of people. There's no way you guys are going to be able to keep track of that all the time. So they say, okay, follow up in a couple of months, and I put that card in, you know, a couple of months later, because I don't want to bug them or anything in between. And then I go into, you know, each month, and I'll do my follow-ups for that month. If I'm reaching out to somebody about the business and they say, oh, you know what, I'm in school, or I'm in the middle of this or that or the other thing, would you reach out to me, you know, in 6 months or whatever? And what I'll usually do is I'll usually put them in maybe a couple months later, and I just keep touching base so that it's top of mind for them. I won't talk to them maybe about the business, but I'll just check in. How are you doing? What's up? That kind of thing. And so the months I feel are very helpful in, you know, helping me keep organized on when I should follow up with people. So I want to talk to you about what I actually put on here. So here's a perfect example. So this is a PC that I've been reaching out to since February. And I literally write every interaction I have with each person on here so that I can keep track. So I write the date. I write where it was that I reached out to them via, what type of reach out I did. Was it an email? Was it a text? Was it via messenger? What it was, because otherwise I need to go searching through all that stuff to look at the conversations. So for instance, this one, I emailed her in February and invited her to an event, and she was not able to make it. So in March, I sent her another invite and invited her to a March event. And I also write on here comments that I make on Facebook. So, you know, when you're starting to want to reach out to new people, I like to comment on Facebook and kind of begin a relationship again, because you don't want to immediately reach out about the business. And so I'm kind of, you know, reconnecting and that kind of thing. And I write that on here, and that's what a lot of these cards are, is that I'm reconnecting with a lot of new people or starting new connections with people that I don't know super well. I might invite them to coffee. I might meet up with them, maybe not even bring up the business at all, but I want to be able to document how many interactions I'm having with them so that I know at what point, maybe in a conversation, it might be the right time, or if I see something on Facebook that I think, wow, you know, now might be the right time. I see they're having a baby, or, you know, things change. So I write comments that I make on Facebook on there as well. And then in June, when I came back from Europe, I had an email from her, and she definitely wants to try the Soothe regimen. And so she's really sensitive skin, and so I'm going to send her some samples so that she can try and make sure her skin doesn't react, because that is the one time I'll often give people samples, is when their sensitive skin, because people that have sensitive skin are super nervous about trying anything. And I don't want them to be hassled with sending a product back if they have a reaction. So I am going to send her samples, and she definitely wants to try the Soothe regimen as long as she doesn't have any reactions. So I'm going to go through another one. So let me see. I'll do one of these because, okay, so here's a person that I've been reaching out to for like literally 3 years, and she's really wanted to join the business, but so we've been kind of going back and forth. She doesn't live here anymore. She moved away, and she was having some money issues because she relocated, and then she changed jobs, and so it hasn't really been right. And so a couple months ago, it seemed like it was, you know, maybe the right time. But she's super nervous about people in her network, whether they have the money and the interest to purchase products. And so she wanted to kind of reach out and talk to people because people are always commenting on her skin. And the bottom line was none of them wanted to spend the money. And, you know, I did talk to her about, you know, it's about expanding your network, but she just doesn't feel like she has the market. And so, you know what? That is the way she feels. And so I made a conscious decision, and I had a chat with her the other day about, you know, what's going on new in Rodan and Fields, and asking her for referrals, mostly actually for the business. And you know, if she does have any referrals for product and people decide they want to spend the money, that would be great too. And she's an awesome person, and so she's happy to help me with that. And so even though she said no, I know she's kind of interested, and you know, she's in my VIP group, so I'm going to put her in to follow up in about 6 months. I chat with her already. She's a friend of mine. So, but I'm going to put her in my 6-month follow-up, and I'm just going to say, you know, maybe how's it going? Anything changed? You know, did you see this? You know, and just kind of follow up with her that way. So I never really give up on anybody, but I don't want to bug people either. Okay, so that's her. So that's kind of my organizational system. And then when people are like an emphatic no, and I've reached out to them about referrals and stuff, I may put them in the back here. If they say no, and I'm not sure that they would honestly be a good fit, and obviously their why is not strong enough, I'll put them in the back. And then once a year, I'm reaching out to those guys just to check in. So that is my organizational system for reach outs and follow-ups. You guys, if you don't follow up, you're going to lose customers. And I've had people call me, you guys on my team, and that's happened. You didn't follow up, and they purchased from somebody else. So, you know, follow-ups are super important. It's not about bugging somebody, but if someone's not reaching out to you and getting back to you, understand that it's not necessarily a no. It's just, I'm busy right now. It's not a priority. And you want to pull them through. If they're not interested at all, you kind of want to know that. And so you can say, I don't want to bug you, but it's just part of my job. I always like to follow up. Did you think about it? Are you interested? Do you want me to follow up with you in a couple of months? Or, you know, what do you want me to do? So you get a response. So it's always ending your follow-ups with a question. And that is one of the other things, is when you're reaching out, you always want to end with a question, so that you're going to hopefully get some kind of a response, and you know how to proceed. Because I know that the no answers are the hardest. So if you want a copy of my Excel spreadsheet, I can give it to you. I can send it to you. Just comment below. And again, if you have any questions on this system, just let me know. And I wanted to be able to show this. I don't have a way for my camera I don't have like a tripod for my camera. It's hard for me to show you everything without using my hands to hold the camera. So I decided to do a Zoom call. So hopefully I can post this to the page, no problem. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.